again everyone, it's me. I hope everyone's doing okay. I thought I'd just give you an update from where I've got to since last time I'd done an update. I was originally going to do this on the 1st, but there was a bit of a setback with things arriving in the post and the framer and yeah, everything. To start with though, I did complete the house. I got that done within the time limit that I set. I think I wanted to get it done by the end of July, and I done that. But yeah, unfortunately I sent it to the framers. Well, I walked down and he said he was going to get it done last week, but he didn't, and now he's on holiday. So it's going to be a little while before I get that back, which is kind of annoying, but it's going to look really good. I think with the size of the matting as well, it's going to be humongous. I think it's going to be about, I think he said about 80 centimetres wide. So yeah, that's going to look quite impressive on the wall, I think. Looking forward to seeing that. I got the two pieces that I showed you last time. I'll show you a picture and I'll show you the progress as well. This is the one that I've started working on. And I bought at the same time this one, which was the same listing. They were both called, if you want to find them, they're both called Lovely Dream Princess for some reason. And there's only one seller I can find that's selling them. But because I bought them together, I got them sent automatically really quickly. So they got here within a week. But unfortunately, also from the same seller, I bought, got rid of it now, I bought that one which I told you about last time. Because I liked it because I thought the whole thing was covered in rhinestones, and it said on the listing that the whole thing was. But now looking at the listing, they've changed the picture, and yeah, it's not. It's a partial coverage, so it's just the flowers in the pot, and the background is already done, like the rose that I showed you on the last two videos. So that's a bit lame, and yeah, I'm still waiting for that. I've emailed the seller, and he just says it's on the way. So hopefully that'll come soon. But yeah, for now I've got the two pictures that I ordered from him. At least they came. And I'll show you the progress for the first one that I'm doing. Flip you around. So this is the first one. It's actually, if I pull back, hopefully you can see, it's actually looking quite good. The bottom corner here is meant to be a stained glass kind of pattern. And I think that goes, that shows up quite well. The only problem with this picture though is that there's lots of dark blue, and I had a nightmare when I started off because there are uppercase B's and number 8s, and they're both dark blue and they look very, very, very similar. And yeah, it's so hard to tell the difference between the two. Also, my storage system, I've been fiddling about with it again. And this time, those 4 pots, I've put them all alphabetically together. And then with this pot here, I've got numbers, and these 2 pots are symbols. And they actually work really well, because I found that last time, despite having the new fancy pots and everything, I still found that I had to hunt for what I wanted. But yeah, now it's alphabetical. I don't even need the label facing me. I know what pile to go to, or what stack. So that's really good. And yeah, I've been working on that picture for, I don't know, I think the end of July is when I started it. I haven't done it for the past few days though. But before I forget, I have to mention, I haven't got it on my pad now. We've got a Facebook group, this lovely lady Marianne who comments on my videos. She started a group and I've joined. I've reluctantly joined Facebook, which I said I would never do, but I have done so I could join that group. And it's called Diamond Painting, and then some hearts, and then Crystal Cross Stitch. So Diamond Painting, Crystal Cross Stitch. So if you'd like to join that, then yes, please do. It would be great to have new members and meet new people and see what everyone else is getting up to. I think we've got about 30 members so far. And yeah, it's really good. So join in people. Let's see. Also, what I was going to say, which I found when I got the last 2 pictures, and I never mentioned it before, but it's a really good thing to do. If you have a new canvas and it's all rolled up, if you want to see what it's going to look like when it's completed, unravel it and hold it up to a window and you can see through it, and you'll be able to see what the design will look like. And I keep forgetting to mention that, but it's quite good if you're impatient and you want to know how it will look. You can probably do it when it's half done as well, but yeah, I always like to just leave it in place. I'm always paranoid things are going to fall off. When I took the last one to the framers, I was really paranoid that something would fall off along the way. Oh, and the way I got it down to the framers, which was quite a good idea from my other half, was I took, because we had some big cardboard boxes laying around, so we pretty much just made a big sandwich and put the painting in between, and then just got some tape and taped a bit around the edge. And yeah, it got there in one piece, which is good. Although the framer had never seen anything like it before, so I don't know what he made of it, but yeah, it worked. What else was I going to mention? Oh yes, what I was going to mention was, you know the problem I said I had last time? They didn't send me, when I was doing my house, the seller didn't send me the letter R. I was R-less and I didn't know what to do. But if you go on AliExpress, you can search for diamond painting accessory, and if you do that, you can buy the bags individually if you know the number, which is brilliant. I think it's only a couple of dollars, and that's it, and they'll send you a couple of little bags, which obviously, you know, you just work out how many you'll need and buy accordingly, but luckily I didn't need very many and I had lots left over. So that was great. Yes, I actually managed to finish it with the correct squares, hopefully. But also, what I noticed when I had finished my house was that the amount of tiles you have left over is dependent on how many you had to start with, because I know they gave you, well, they give you something like 20% more. So obviously if you start off with, you know, 20 bags, then you're going to end up with quite a lot left over. But if you only have 1 or 2 bags, you might end up, as in my case, you might end up with only about 5 tiles left over, which happened to me. So yeah, be careful with the tiles that you don't have many of. If you've got tons and tons of them, then you can afford to lose a few. But yeah, not really when you haven't got many tiles. So you need to be careful. I was so paranoid I was going to run out when I was finishing the house. I thought, oh god, I'm going to have to order more tiles, but yeah, it was okay, luckily. Oh yeah, another thing I was going to say is a good way I find when you finished a project or you finished a section and you don't know if you've missed any squares, because it can be quite tricky to find them sometimes. I just get a light and just shine it on the top, and then if you just hold the light over, you can see where the gaps are, which makes it a lot easier. Or just run your hands over. I usually run my hands over because sometimes you get the odd one that's poking up and you need to just press it down a bit more. But yeah, I haven't had anything fall off yet, which is really, really good. Oh, another thing I was going to say. I'd like people's opinions on this actually. This is a question that I have, if anyone would like to answer. When I had my leftover tiles, I put them all in pots and numbered them, since they're all DMC numbers. But what I noticed as well, looking at other kits, is that sometimes you have tiles, and even though they're the same DMC number, they'll be very slightly different. And I have a dilemma. I don't really know whether I want to mix them up or not. If I don't mix them up, then obviously I'm just going to have, you know, tons and tons and tons of tiles, and I'm going to need loads of places to put them because they're with the same number. So would you keep them together and just use them if they're a very, very slightly different colour? Or would you keep them separate or together? I don't know. I'm kind of thinking just dump them in together, but I'm not sure if it will just look a bit weird once I start to use them. If it would look like a kind of weird mottled colour. So I don't know. Maybe I would just stick them in together. But yeah, that's about it, I think. Yeah, that's the only picture I'm doing at the moment. I was going to start the flowers in the vase. So once I get them, I think I'll start that. And since it's not full coverage after all, I don't think it'll take very long. Maybe a couple of weeks if that. But it should look nice anyway. I'm just a bit disappointed that it's not what I thought. And that it hasn't arrived yet, but yeah, it will come eventually. Yeah, and that's it really. I hope everyone's getting on okay with their pictures. Let me know how you're doing. Please join the Facebook group, it would be great. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you next month. Happy painting. Bye.